Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I have a video for you today, and it's continuing after the Jesus's transfiguration on the mountain. I did a video several days ago on the transfiguration of Jesus Christ and what it really meant. And then I did a video following that up on what happened before the transfiguration. And so I just want to elaborate a little bit more about that and what it actually meant for Jesus to transform and receive his incorruptible body. I just want to recap some of it. What is the transfiguration? Excuse me, my glasses fell. What is a transfiguration? Okay, Jesus becomes radiant in glory upon a mountain, and his clothing becomes white, the whitest type of white that you could imagine seeing. It says, Jesus, Peter, James, and John, they go to pray. And Jesus begins to shine bright rays of light. And then it says, the transfiguration, the original meaning of the transfiguration, the word in the Koine Greek, means metamorphosis, to morph. Okay, he was transformed. This is one of the miracles of Jesus. Thomas Aquinas considered the transformation the greatest miracle out of all of the miracles of Jesus. It is one of the 5 major milestones in the gospel narrative in the life of Jesus. The other ones being the baptism, the crucifixion, the resurrection, and the ascension. It is basically what happens during the transfiguration. Not only do you get your new body, but it is the meeting place of the temporal, okay, and the eternal, with Jesus as the connecting point, acting as the bridge between heaven and earth, okay? Jesus became the bridge between heaven and earth. When he transfigured on that mountain, he received his incorruptible body. Okay? In Matthew 17:2, it states that Jesus was transfigured before them. His face was shining as the sun, and his garments became white as light. Now, all of you who know about rapture and getting our new incorruptible bodies, you've seen plenty of images where the body turns really white and begins to glow. I mean, so this is what happened to Jesus. This is what happened to him on that mountain. And instructions were given to the apostles that were with him about what they seen. And Jesus told them not to say anything until after the resurrection. Now, why would Jesus say to keep this whole experience silent? Well, it could be because if the Romans and the Jews knew that his body was transformed, it was incorruptible, they might not have crucified him. And that's what he was supposed to do. Become crucified. Okay? Being incorruptible means that your body will not decay. Nothing can corrupt it. You and I decay. I'm decaying right now. And the reason I'm decaying is because there are microorganisms inside our body that change. They morph into other things. They go from one thing to another thing to another thing. They can go from a yeast to a fungus to a virus to a cancer, okay, based on the environment that it's in. And a lot of times the environment changes due to your genes, and a lot of times the environment changes due to your lifestyle and due to what you eat. If you eat a lot of ultra-processed foods, it may change the environment that your cells are used to, from constantly being in this bad lifestyle. And what happens is they need to survive. And what do? They morph. They change. I posted a little video of myself yesterday, and I titled it The Morphology of Time. And I had this really neat program where you can take pictures of yourself from a child up until the present, and you actually, one morphs into the other. And this was the reason I posted it, so that I can show you how we change through time. And this is the same thing that happens inside your body. This is the corruption of the flesh. This morphing inside our body, where the body then cannot depend on itself anymore to restore health, okay? This is the demise. This is what God said in the garden. Do not eat of the fruit of that tree, or of good and evil, or you will surely die. And some of those organisms are good, and some of them will feast off of you with no mercy until you expire. Now, God also says, to back this up and to verify this, God says, and this is how the Holy Spirit has explained it and made me understand it. God says in Hebrews 13:8, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, as he is today, and as he will be forever. He's not going to change. He's not going to morph into something else like we do. See? In Malachi 3:6, it says, for I, the Lord, do not change. Therefore you, O children of Jacob, are not consumed. Well, we are consumed by the cells that morph and the organisms that morph inside our bodies. They change and they consume us. See, I told you the other day, we're in a relationship with these microorganisms, and we feed them. We feed them carbohydrates. We feed them sugar, okay? And they leave us alone, basically. We have a military in there of microorganisms. We have good bacteria, okay? They're the ones that keep the bad guys at bay. And if you've had many, many courses of antibiotics, you know that those kill the policemen. Those kill the military in your body. Once those military die, those bad guys start to multiply, and they start invading your organs, and they start taking over your body. They will ravage and they will devour your organs until you are dead. This is the corruption of the flesh. This is what left Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration. In James 1:17, it says, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. See? It's simple. Once you know a little bit of biology, once you know a little bit about biochemistry, all the truth starts to unravel. the Bible starts to make sense. Okay? And this is where God says, my children perish for lack of knowledge. Okay? Just to bring you a little bit, I give you a little recap. I told you a little bit about why I posted that little short on me morphing through the years from a 1-year-old baby up until my late 60s, I believe that was. I didn't add a current picture on the end because I did that morph video a couple of years ago. And of course, I'm older now. I'm getting older, people. I'm going to be 72 this month. Yeah, I'm getting old. And I wanted to bring that to you because I want you to understand the significance of what happened to Jesus on that Mount of Transfiguration. It was very, very important. Nobody talks about this. And this is why when they took him down off the cross and they put him in that tomb, he didn't rot. He did not decompose. Because the original sin that we're born into, that we inherit in the flesh, okay? That we're born, he was born of a woman, that came through him through his mother's placenta. He inherited it just like you did, just like I did. But that transformation on the Mount of Transfiguration, that original sin evacuated his body, and now he had a new incorruptible body. He was raptured on that mountain. Amazing stuff. Amazing, amazing stuff. And I just have to give all glory and thanks to the Holy Spirit for revealing these things to me so that I can pass them along to you. And I'll say thank you very much. Have a great day in the Lord. I may be back later. I have plenty of things to discuss with you. But for now, I love you, and shalom.